Automobilista 2 has just gotten its v1.5.6 update, which might not be very big, so to speak, but it has a very nice inclusions which make the game even better than it is and prepares it for the huge v1.6 update. And today we're going to have a look at those things, starting off with the new layout of the Nürburgring 1971 circuit, the Betonschleife, in a new car, the Toyota Corolla stock car from 2024, which is the Brazilian stock car race series. So let's jump into AMS2 around that circuit with using that car, and let's see what new inclusions I can talk about to you with that car. Okay, so welcome to the Betonschleife, which is this small section of track which includes the loops of the Nordschleife and the Südschleife, and also the two straights which are parallel with each other. And this car is quite an interesting one because it's the new and different version of the stock car Brazil car, even though they are going to switch up the cars next year. They changed a few stuff with this one, which include making the tire, I think it was changing the tire diameter and also the wheelbase. No, they changed the wheelbase and also made the cars a bit heavier, which included a different battery and push to pass system. So those are stuff which are new in the AMS2, no, which are new for this car. But new in AMS2 with this car and the car I'm going to test after this are the new tires. So they don't have the tire wear and thermodynamics changes, which are to come, but they include the new v1.6 hysteresis tire update, which we talked about in my last video or second to last video, I don't remember. But what that is talked about is how the tire grips with the asphalt when sliding and just when going on power. So in this car you can definitely feel that it's a lot more planted than the other cars, which of similar characteristics. And it also made it a bit easier to go on throttle fully, as you could see there. But the thing is though that my main gripe with AMS2 has always been that the on-throttle experience when going on throttle, as in, has always felt a bit unrealistic to me, since it felt like you were just spinning the tires all the time when going on throttle, when you looked in real life and it didn't look like that. So that has been my main gripe, and it has definitely been fixed. I will show you it in the next car because that is more clear. But in this car it feels really nice, the car, because you feel the weight behind it, but it doesn't feel like that it's a boat or as much of a boat. It feels like a race car. It feels nimble, which I really like. And it's going quite well around this track. But also, what you have to remember with this is that when you lose the grip of the tires, it also means that you go into spin even more. The spins have become more powerful, and I will try to show you that at the end of this lap, since I want to improve. But it also feels like when you're locking up the brakes, it's also harder sometimes to get out of the lock. Okay, I'm not improving, so let me just show you it here. So you could see there, it's harder to catch when you go over a certain angle. But in my next car, which you will be seeing, I've heard that it's a bit worse, this spinning. I mean, it's maybe not the most realistic. So let's head into that car around the new track, which has improved quite a lot. And that is Ibarra. I don't know how to call it. I don't speak Spanish. Comment down below which one was correct. But let's get to there in the new Formula Ultimate Gen 2. Here we are in the car around Ibarra, or what's it called? I've never driven around this track, so it'll be interesting. But why I've chosen this track is not because, it might be a good track to test this car on, but rather than I've heard that this might be the best looking track now, or something like that, because it has the new and improved 3D trees. I don't think they're new, but they're new for this track, which make it look even better. And then when we get to the water, I can show you how that looks. But some new pointers on this car, it looks more realistic. I will show you that in a replay soon. It doesn't seem like there is a lot of water here. But something I like with this car is, wait, if I can show you, maybe switch the camera through here. Yeah, here you can see the new model. Looks like I have like Hamilton's helmet or something. But if I just hide my overlay, you can clearly see here how the car looks. The tires look really nice. The car's model looks even nicer. And also, Dustin, who's making the car livery, the F1 liveries for this game, is soon to release his own version. He will be releasing them soon, hopefully. But let's show you what I'm talking about, like. Okay, so you can see here that you can actually push the car a bit more. Maybe it would be better if I showed you that around a circuit I know very well. So let's head to... where can we go? Well, let's go to where there's F1 this weekend. Suzuka. Okay, so now we're in around Suzuka. And I'm going to show you the changes which I think have been quite positive. You can see I spun because I was on cold tires. So let me just restart and then I will show you the other parts. Okay, so now we're back again. Let's hope that I can not punish them, which I didn't do there. Oh yeah, I'm using my different modes. Okay, so that's a bit of an issue, but what you will be seeing here is that I can attack the car more at speed, and also when going slowly I can go on the throttle quite aggressively if I'm not turning, which is very nice, and I hope to be showing you it very soon. See here, you can just attack the corners, just accelerate past them. Now remember, in the previous versions it was a lot harder to do what I'm currently doing. And as you can see, you're pushing it quite a lot, but it also feels easier to drive, per se. Until you go over the limit like that, and you nearly spin. But one thing I've heard about, which I want to try out in this car, maybe if we just remove the DRS, something which I wanted to try out, we can try out where? Oh, let's try it out here. I've heard you can't fully do donuts because they say like there was some issue. It felt like the tires gripped up a natural amount. Okay, so let's try it. Yeah, I can see what they talk about, like you can't spin it. Obviously now with my suspension broken too, but yeah, it definitely feels very odd. But we can double check that. Let me just show you first one last thing about the shaders which I wanted to show you, or two things you can say, and then let me try this again. Something you can see here is if we forget about the smoke, when I go onto the gravel, you can see the dirt. There's dirt clouds which come up, which are a new interesting thing which have been added, which I really think is neat. Something you can see here is the new water, which I think looks really cool, that it comes in and then you can see it there. The closer it builds up waves and then hits, which I think is a nice addition. But let's now try the donuts. Okay, so now let's try out the donuts. Okay. So I would be thinking that it would spin a bit easier. Maybe if we just heat up the tires a bit more. But it feels like you're doing like half a spin, and then the tires just grip up again, which seems a bit odd. Because I know in other games you can just spin it and then just go around. But let's see what happens if we heat up the tires. We have an oil leak apparently. Let's see. And there the engine exploded. I don't know how realistic that is, since I don't know, but that didn't feel so realistic. But I don't know, that's my opinion. But what do you think about all of these nice inclusions? Comment it down below. And we'll see you down there. Please hit the like button and also subscribe. My next video, we'll have to see what it is on. What we might do is have a little telemetry look at the differences between v1.5.3 and v1.6 tires. That could be one thing. What could others be? I don't know. We'll have to see. But until then, I've been Racing Legend. You've been my amazing viewers. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.